morning. Mincha today will be at 4:25. Tomorrow morning we're davening up here at 6:15. And there's a late Marav tonight at 7:45. Now for a quick Devar Torah. Yaakov is very insistent when he meets with Yosef that he be buried in the Marat HaMachpelah, the tomb of the Patriarchs. Why is he so insistent? And the answer is very simple. As comfortable as we were getting to be in Egypt, the prime minister of Egypt was a Jew. We had all these great rights given to us by Pharaoh. We asked that we live in Goshen where we could feed our cattle, our sheep, etc. And everything the Jews wanted, they got. And what Yaakov was afraid of is that the Jews would mistake the Nile for the Jordan, that Egypt was not Eretz Israel, that Egypt was Egypt. And it's good for the Egyptians to live there, but not for the Jews in the long run. And it's a very big danger that we Jews have, is we get comfortable in places where we live. Remember that I know it's going to be hard to believe that in the 1920s, Jews were very involved in the German government, in the Weimar government. They felt if you asked a Jew in the early 20th century what was the best country in Europe for a Jew, they would reply Germany. It's hard for us to fathom that today. The president of France in the 1920s and 30s was a Jew. And we all know the history of these places afterwards. That what Yaakov is saying is, don't get comfortable in Egypt. The Egyptians will turn on us because our culture is totally different from theirs. What we are here to do, we can only do in Eretz Israel. Hashem has given us this land. That is our land. That's where we belong. And even though there might be problems, not only with our neighbors in Eretz Israel, but even among Jews, we'll debate, we'll argue, it's still home. And that's a very important lesson that Yaakov is conveying, that I don't want to be buried here. And if you notice, Yosef takes this lesson to heart, where he makes his brothers promise him that, I can't be buried in Eretz Israel. That isn't going to happen because I'm the prime minister and this and that, all these laws. But when you leave Egypt, take my body with you. I don't want to stay here. So it's a very important lesson for us to think about. As comfortable as we are in this country, sometimes things are not so comfortable as we are now learning very rapidly today. When the leader of a major university says that whether or not they're killing the Jews, that all depends on context, etc. Something for us to think about. Kaddish Rabban.